All right, so tonight we are going to be working on bringing our spiritual essence back into our physical body. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to guide you through just a few visualizations, and then we're going to go into our normal B.E.S.T session. Okay, so just getting into a comfortable position. Feeling into the body, having one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, just taking some slow breaths in and out, feeling into where you're at right now. Good. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly, as we're centering ourselves and feeling grounded, just being aware and observant of any essence of self. So when you think about physical, and then you think about just the feeling on how far outside the body do you feel that you have expanded outwards. And just taking a moment just to feel into that. Or in some cases, we may feel that our physical and spiritual essence is actually completely out of the body. Or maybe we're not grounded into the legs or the arms. And so just being aware of where am I feeling not grounded? And what we're going to do is we're going to think back about half an hour before we got here and think about where we were or who we were with. And we're just going to bring that essence of us from then back right now to here. And we're going to think about 2 hours from now, where were you? And what I'm going to get you to do is I want you to retrace the day of every moment since you've been awake, where you were, and bringing your essence back to now. And you can do yesterday and the day before, and just see how far back you can go from the days of this week, from the weekend, and bringing the essence of self back to the physical body and feeling into that, bringing all myself back. Where else did I leave myself in the last couple days to the week? And just feeling into that, pulling into the body, feeling into grounding the spiritual essence of self into my physical body. Good. And just being aware and observant of where in my body do I still feel disconnected. And as we work through, we're just going to bring back that awareness. Bring back to where it is in my body that I feel a disconnect and where do I need to bring it back. Keep bringing it back. And as we bring it back, we're just going to go through the energy centers in the central channel breath, like we do every week. And so as we bring it back, just feeling into the root chakra, feeling into the rootedness of who I am. And this is a good time as we bring our essence back to feel into where have I been rooted down in my life right now? Where was my steps taken in the last little few days today? And as we do that, as we feel into the root chakra, where am I rooted down? Where do I feel my feet? Where do I feel belonging, wanted? Feeling into how do I feel if I have been feeling either in survival or thriving? And have I been tending to my physical needs? As we bring light into the root chakra, we are going to go into the body parts also. Feeling into your bones, your skeletal structure, your legs, your feet, your genitals, your base of your spine, kidneys, body's life force, the teeth, the nails, the blood building of cells, and the adrenals. And the sound for the root is lam. As we move up to our sacral chakra, chakra 2, feeling into the womb space, feeling into where have I been feeling in my emotional balance in my life, my vitality, my sexuality, my movement, my grounding, and my creative womb space. Feeling into this. And then going structurally into connecting into the bladder, the prostate, the womb, the pelvis, the nervous system, the low spine, the fluid function, the adrenals, and the sex organs. And just remembering the 2 chakras and these body parts, just connecting, being aware and observant of how you've been feeling in the body in the last little bit here. And the sound is bum. Vam. Just remembering to feel how this landed in the body as we move up into the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, chakra 3. Visualizing a golden ball, the power center, personal power, my self-will, my personal emotions, and my desires. Feeling into this. Do I feel like I have fire? Is there heat? And the physical structure is the digestive system, the muscles, the stomach, liver, the diaphragm, the gallbladder, the spleen, the lower back, the autonomic nervous system, and the pancreas. And just feeling on how the disconnect or connection that you have in all these centers, how you've been feeling in the last couple days or week. And knowing that when we have issues coming up in all these centers, we also need to recall ourselves energetically back, bringing in and back and remembering if we've had issues, to bring that essence of self back. And the sound is rum. Just feeling on how that landed in the body. As we move up to chakra 4, our heart chakra, how we receive and give love. Feeling into relationships of self and to others, the ability to have compassion, and the service to humanity. Structurally, the heart, the chest, the circulatory system, our arms and hands, our lower lungs, our rib cage, our skin, our upper back and thymus gland. And just feeling into these areas as you reflect on yourself and how you've been, feeling into where the essence of self has been left behind this week and bringing it back. And the sound for this one is yam. Remembering to feel how that landed in the body. As we move up to the throat, chakra 5, feeling into how is your communication in the last couple days to the week. Feeling into how am I communicating my truth? How am I listening? How is my self-expression, my creativity, and my imagination? Feeling into how is my communication this week? Physically, just feeling into the structures around the throat chakra, which is the mouth, the throat, the ears, the neck, voice, lungs, chest, jaw, airways, nape of neck, arms, and thyroid and parathyroid glands. And just feeling into any blockages or issues that are happening lately with these areas, and just being aware and observant of anything that has been showing up for you. Okay, and the sound is ham. Good, just feeling into that. As you move up to the third eye, sixth chakra, and I invite you to close your eyes and looking up between your eyebrows, feeling the strain of your eyes as we do this, the activation of chakra 6. And this is the first of the spiritual chakras that we will be entering from the physical body, and feeling into how is my intuition, or trusting in my intuition, my wisdom, my perception, my clairvoyance, my inspiration, and my visions. Feeling into the connection of this. And feeling into the body parts of the eyes, the base of the skull, the ears, the nose, the left eye, the left brain, the sinuses, and the master glands. And the sound is Om. Just feeling into how that has landed in the body. As we move into the crown chakra, just the top of the head, chakra 7. And feeling into the connections of your spirituality, feeling into the connections of the belief system of maybe your God, collective, universe, feeling into the connections to higher self. How has this been for you in the last little bit? Spirituality, spiritual will, awareness, super conscious states. And the physical body parts are upper skull, skin, cerebral cortex, right eye, right brain, central nervous system, and the pineal, pituitary gland region. And the sound is silence. Good. As you breathe in and feeling into the awareness of the central channel, we are going to also bring awareness into the essence of self. So remembering to feel in, where are you, your essence, your spiritual self? Do you feel fully grounded in the physical body? And just being aware and observant of this, feeling into, where in my body do I feel connected or disconnected? And with each breath, what you're going to do is you're going to pull the essence back into the body, feeling into grounding into the whole physical body. So starting with the central channel breath, we're going to visualize that beautiful white light from 2 inches above our heads, filled with the full loving presence, the true essence of love that's filled in this light. And as you visualize that, you're also going to visualize that channel that starts from chakra 7 down through the body, all the way down through the pelvic floor. And if you're laying down, through the legs to the feet. If you're sitting up, then you're just going right into the ground. And just bringing awareness to this central channel as we bring in awareness and that beautiful white light that's connected into the higher realms. And with your next inhale, or if you have already started, that's totally fine. You're just going to slowly pull that beautiful white light down through the central channel, feeling like it might be pouring in, washing down through the channel, feeling the channel be consumed with this beautiful white light, loving presence, as it covers the central channel on all sides, as it pours down through the head, through the neck, down through the chest cavity to the solar plexus belly region. And let it pool there, feeling the connection of this beautiful white light, loving presence down into the body. And then you're going to exhale it out through the bottom part of the abdominal cavity, letting it pour down, feeling it going and washing down through the pelvic floor, between the legs to the feet, and letting it pool at the feet, feeling that connection before we inhale it back up, all the way back up to the central, to the solar plexus belly region, and letting it swirl and pool and feeling the connection, being aware and observant of what the body and what the light is doing before exhaling it up through the head to the crown. And with each crown, solar plexus, belly, and then feet area, you're just going to pause the breath, hold the breath there, and you're just going to be observant and aware of what is happening, feeling that connection to each pause. as the light washes and flows through the central channel breath. And with each movement through, just feeling how the body gets, how your essence gets more grounded into the physical body, bringing it back, grounding back into the feet, to earth side, feeling into the Mother Earth. And continue breathing like this, feeling into the connection. And I'll go quickly through the 4 anchor points that you are more than welcome to add if you feel called. If you're really connected here, to stay here. And the first anchor point is the pelvic floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to feel into an activation of the pelvic floor, feeling into almost like a root lock of the central channel breath. And this is just a slow, very subtle pelvic floor contraction or Kegel contraction. And for women, it's the same sensation as this pulling. I always say closing all your holes. And you're just bringing this sensation of just activating the pelvic floor. And it's just a slight activation. You're just bringing awareness into the pelvic floor. And for men, it's the same sensation as lifting up your package. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're just going to do a very slight contraction just to feel into the activation of the pelvic floor. And I always tell people just activating when you feel comfortable. As we get more practice into this, as we go through more and more of these, we'll start to advance and really feel into this. But I honestly, I really feel that you guys can really play with this and feel into what breath does it feel like you really can feel connection into the pelvic floor, the anchor point 1. And really feel into what it is that feels really anchored there. Is it breath out, breath in? Is it both? Is it that you need to contract for a bit of time and then fully relax? So really just play with this. This is where we bring awareness into our own bodies and bring awareness and observations on how our bodies respond to these connections. And then continue doing that as we bring in anchor point 2. Now you can play with these anchor points back and forth. You can just add 1 at a time, or 2 or 3 at a time, or all 4. These are all up to you. So our next anchor point is our heart. And so with the heart, you're going to feel almost like the chest is going to feel contraction. So it's almost the same feeling if you're doing a chest press. So I want you to feel your actual chest is actually coming together, feeling a squeezing of the front heart. And in the back, you're going to pull your shoulder blades down and squeeze, and you're going to feel the activation, an actual muscle activation around the heart, feeling that strong hold. And again, this is all about for you if you want to hold this for the whole time or just doing it with inhale, exhale. It's really how you're feeling connected into the heart. Good. And then as we pull up and go down up to the throat chakra, throat chakra 5, we're going to activate the throat chakra, which is with the Darth Vader breath. So I invite people to bring their tongue to the top of the roof. And as you're breathing, you're just constricting your throat with breath in, breath out. So it sounds like this. And really feeling that connection, feeling the activation of the throat chakra as we do this. And then the last anchor point is the eyes. And with the eyes, you can actually follow the light as you pull it down through the body, down to the feet. And as it passes back the back of the eyes, you're going to roll it up or coming down. So you're going to follow the light with your eyes. And I really encourage that people do this where they're pulling it, when they're looking up at the top part of where the light starts. You really want to feel the activation, the strain on the eyes, to feel the activation of anchor point 4. Now, just letting you do whatever you feel called in this next little bit, feeling the connections of the central channel breath, using one or all or however combination that you feel comfortable with the anchor points. And remember that with each of these healings, you can really play and practice. And some days you might be doing all 4, and some days you might be doing none or 1. So just being aware and observe of where your body's at each time. And every time we come back to the central channel breath, knowing that, emotionally we're at different parts every time we come back. Okay? So just feeling into this, feeling into the connection, feeling into where am I at today, and what am I able to do? Do I feel really good activating my heart today? Or all 4. So just really practicing into this, feeling comfortable. Okay, just going to let you do this for a couple rounds before we bring into the emotional regulation. Staying with the central channel breath, you're just going to bring awareness to chakra 2, okay, our sacral chakra. Feeling into where have you been in the last week, how you've been feeling into your creative womb space, the emotional balancing, your vitality, sexuality, your movement, grounding, creative womb space. Just feeling into this, where have you been at? Where have you feel disconnected? Just feeling into where have I been? Where have I been disconnected? As we're breathing into the central channel breath, connecting into the body, breathing in awareness is chakra 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to feel into destruction. And what you're going to do is you're just going to be aware and observant as we're breathing into the central channel breath. How is this feeling in your body lately, or how is this activating into your body as you bring in destruction? And as I read this to you, you're just going to bring awareness into activation of the body, and where are you holding this interference of destruction? When destruction comes up as a pattern, refer this by feeling graceful falling away, which no longer serves you, what is significant now. When things have fallen apart, or when I feel like I'm destroying the things in my life, perhaps there is a higher reason for that destruction. Perhaps it is good. Perhaps there is something that's needed to go. And this is just so attached, and you're just so attached to it. It felt like a destructive force. But sometimes those winds blow very fiercely and they end up causing the need for someone for some reconstruction. And what is built back in their place is something that is more updated and more appropriate for who we have become. So allowing destruction to be good as well serves us tremendously. And just feeling into that, feeling into destruction. Where am I holding the interference of destruction in my life, in my body? And just being aware of where this is activating in the body right now. And if it isn't, it's totally fine because we can use our heart. And what you're going to do is you're going to feel like a connection being built between chakra 2, solar plexus, not solar plexus, the sacral chakra, chakra 2, and you're going to feel like a bridge being built between that chakra with the activation of destruction. Where am I holding the interference of destruction in my body? Feeling into this. And then visualizing a bridge being built between the two spaces. And if you don't have one, you can use your heart. And you're going to feel into rebuilding the circuitry in the body. Reconnecting the communication between chakra 2 and the interference of destruction. Knowing destruction is okay, it's good. We need to rebuild when that happens. Feeling into that, feeling into where am I holding interference in my body, and then reconnecting, building the bridge. So we're going to, as we're visualizing that, our eyes are going to now be closed, looking down to the left. And as we look down, look to the left, you're just feeling again the stretch, the strain in the eyes. Feeling into destruction in the frequency of 7. Building the bridge, building the bridge. Eyes are closed, looking down to the left. With your next exhale out, you're going to hold your breath out for as long as you can, taking another breath when you need to. Feeling into destruction in the frequency of 7. Known or unknown, subconscious, conscious, I am clear of the interference of destruction. I give myself permission to let go of any interferences I've been holding on to that is no longer serving me. I am safe to let go of these interferences that are no longer serving me. Distraction in the frequency of 7, I am safe. I am perfect. I am wanted. I am enough. I belong. I am loved. I am safe to let go of the interference of destruction and the frequency of 7. Let go, I am safe. Good, and then fully relax, bringing your body to stillness just for a moment. And then lifting up your head and looking at your toes. And then relaxing your head back down. Eyes open, feeling into, I am clear of the interference of destruction. Eyes closed. Taking a full body breath in, pausing at the top, feeling into that body, and then fully relaxing out, fully releasing. And just settling back, feeling into the body. Feeling into where have I been able to ground my essence back in? Where do I feel safer to pull my essence back in? Okay. And just feel into that. And you can continue breathing if you like, going into the central channel breath, or just bringing awareness and just start taking some deep breaths in and out. conscious breath back. Maybe just breathing into your belly and placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Feeling into the conscious breath as we slowly come back. And bringing in, we're going to shift to rhythmic breathing, counts of 4. Breathing in for 4, holding your breath for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding out for 4. In, hold, out, hold, all counts of 4. And you're more than welcome to extend the counts to 5, 6, 7, however long, just making sure it's the same at all 4 cycles. And slowly breathing back to normal pace, and just bringing awareness and observations on how the body may feel now compared to how we started, maybe feeling into the essence and seeing if it shifted at all. And just remembering to take your time, taking the opportunities if you have to journal, remembering that this was a lot of movement, so just making sure that you're drinking water and fluids, and if you can, to just go and take some rest. And for those of you guys who are just joining, we do this every Tuesday at 8:15 live on Zoom or in person at Om Turkwetra. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great night.